Hello there, and welcome. Now, usually on Wednesdays, I read to you from a section of something that I love, and I'm going to do that today. But I'm going to do it a little differently because the Wednesday videos are usually these little montage-like things that I put together that have pictures that I think go kind of with what I'm reading, and those take so much time you wouldn't believe it, and so many pictures, and I don't think I have pictures that will really go with this particular reading, but I definitely want to share it with you and share with you an exercise based on it. So, this is from writer P.J. O'Rourke and his fabulous collection, Holidays in Hell. And I'm going to be reading from the essay titled A Ramble Through Lebanon. The whole book is really a remarkable book, but the Lebanon essay, I think, is probably the best essay in the collection. So, I'm going to go ahead and read to you this section, and that'll be it for today. So here we go. There was, it appeared, a man with a gun selling bus tickets. But every time he tried to sell one, a crowd of 300 would rush him like a rugby scrum. The man fired his pistol directly over the people's heads. Bullets smacked into nearby masonry. The crowd quailed and ran backward, trampling each other. Then they gathered themselves and rushed the ticket seller again. He grew purple with shouting, reloaded, fired again. The crowd moved back and back like surf. Then, with one great surge, they chased him on top of a truck. Most of these people had been camping at Jazeen, if that's the word for sleeping in the streets for days with your children and no food. They were desperate and fully insane. The crowd began running against itself, into walls, up the sides of buildings. I was at a loss. I might be at Jazeen still if my arm hadn't been grabbed by someone who said, "I ken you're new here." It was a magnificent Scotswoman, tall, thin, and ramrod straight. With her was a gentle-looking Lebanese girl. The woman was Leslie Phillips, head of the nursing school at a medical center near Sidon. She was on her way to get textbooks in Beirut. The girl was named Amal, the same as the militia. It means hope. She was headed to America for college. Miss Phillips placed us in a protected corner and said, "I'm going to speak with the man with the gun. I always go straight for the man with the gun. It's the only way to get anywhere in this country." She vanished into the melee. The crowd went into a frenzy again and made right for Amal and me. I suppose I would have been filled with pity if I'd been in a second-story window. As it was, I was filled with desire to kick people, and I gave in to it. Miss Phillips was gone for 2 hours. She emerged from the Donnybrook perfectly composed and holding 3 bus tickets. I asked her what all the shooting was about. "Oh," she said, "that's just Lebanese for 'please queue up.'" An ancient, horrible, Mexican-looking bus pulled into the crowd, smacking people and punting them aside. Amal was carrying a co-ed's full complement of baggage in 2 immense suitcases. I handed my kit bag to Miss Phillips, grabbed these, and made for the bus. Or tried to. 3 steps put me at the bottom of a clawing, screeching pile-up, a pyramid of human frenzy. I heard Miss Phillips's voice behind me. "Don't be shy," she said. "It's not rude to give a wee shove to the Lebanese." I took a breath, tightened my grip on the suitcases, and began lashing with Samsonite bludgeons at the crowd of women, old men, and children. If you ask me, it was pretty rude, but it was that or winter in South Lebanon. I fought my way to the side of the bus. There was a man on top loading luggage and kicking would-be roof rack stowaways in the head, knocking them back on the top of the crowd. I hoisted one of Amal's 50-pound suitcases onto my head, waved a fistful of Lebanese money at the loader, kept hold of Amal with my other hand, and fended off the mob with both feet. This doesn't sound physiologically possible, but it was an extreme situation. I got both suitcases on top at last. Then we had to scrimmage our way to the bus door in a flying wedge, Miss Phillips leading the way. Just as we were getting aboard, a worse brawl yet broke loose in the throng. One of the South Lebanon Army guards leapt into the middle of it and began beating people in the face with the butt of his pistol. The crowd exploded. Miss Phillips was heaved inside. I was squashed against the bus door and lost hold of Amal, who was sucked into the maw of the Lebanese. Miss Phillips reached out the bus window and tapped the pistol-whipping soldier on the arm. "Pardon me, lad," she said, "but those two are with me." The soldier left off his beating for a moment, pushed me into the bus, and fished Amal out of the crowd. I pulled her inside, and the soldier went back to hitting people. Everyone in the crowd was yelling. I asked Amal what they said. "They're all claiming to be someone's cousin," she sighed. About 200 people were packed inside the bus, which was built to carry 50. More kept wiggling in through the windows. It was well over 100 degrees in there. Every now and then a soldier would get in and climb across the top of people to beat one of the illegal passengers. There was more shouting outside. I found myself in a full-body press with a Shiite girl. She was rather nicely built, but over the top from claustrophobia and shrieking like a ruptured cow. "What's Arabic for calm down?" I yelled. "As far as I can tell," said Miss Phillips, "there's no such word." That's it for today. I hope you see me again soon, you gorgeous people.